Hey everybody, Rosematter here, and welcome to part 15 of my Fate Stay Night Let's Play. The last episode was absolutely wild. After the events at the school, Shiro and Saber know that they have to put a stop to Shinji and Ryder, knowing that they're going to put innocent people in danger again. There was an epic battle on the rooftop of a building where Saber was out of her element, and Ryder, she showed her noble phantasm, and things were not looking good. Even worse when Shiro jumped in to try and help out, and Saber made the decision to use her noble phantasm, as we know, Excalibur, which also gives her identity away. And we have our first downed servant and master of the tournament. Shinji went in a pretty bad way, running away after Ryder got killed by Saber, and running into the worst people that he could run into, which is Illya and Berserker, and just got murked. So that's them out of the way. Wasn't expecting that, but unfortunately Saber is not doing well because she expended a lot of her magical energy using her ability, and Shiro doesn't have any magical energy to give her, so she's at risk of fading away. So Shiro has to make a very difficult decision because the only way he can get magical energy to Saber is to have her kill innocent people. So we're kind of at a crossroads here, so I'm really interested to see how we're going to be dealing with that, if I can make that decision, or if we can find another way to keep Saber around. So I'm really excited to see the continuation after that epic battle, so let's get back into it. Arturia, the girl who just finished her rite of passage, would be known by that name from that day on. It was a time of chaos and war. It began with the demise of an empire. An empire believed to be indestructible was only awaiting its destruction at the hands of invading barbarians. To prepare for the war against these barbarians, the empire deprived this island country of any military forces. That was the beginning. Once her country lost the empire's protection, it could not escape becoming independent, and it broke into smaller countries in no time. The barbarian invasions, self-destructive strife between clans, a long period of war that would later be called the Dark Ages. She was born into this period as the heir to the throne. Alright, so this is Saber's backstory, right? It was a long period of chaos. The king believed the Magus' prophecy and yearned for the birth of his appointed successor. But the child that was born was not the one the king desired. The child was not a boy. Even if the child was fated to become a king, he could not make a child that was not a boy his successor. The girl was entrusted to the king's vassals and was raised as a child of a mere knight. The king fell into despair, but the Magus was delighted. The sex of the one who would become king had never mattered. He was confident the fact of the girl being separated from the castle until the day of the prophecy was proof that she would become king. The girl grew up as the successor under the simple and wise old knight. The old knight did not really believe the Magus' prophecy. He just felt the same air from the girl as he did from his king, so he felt he must raise her as a knight, and he wished her to grow. This is information I don't think we really got in Fate Zero, or if we did, I don't remember. This is something good about a visual novel that's very long compared to a short anime, is we can really get into the backstory of Saber and other characters. But the knight did not even have to wish for such a thing, as the girl trained day after day to become stronger than anyone. If only a king could save a ruined country headed for death. The girl swore to bear a sword for that reason alone, without even ever being told so. So the day of the prophecy arrived. Knights and lords from around the country gathered to be selected as the king. Every one of them expected the selection to be through jousting, as the most superior one was to become king. That's the Excalibur, right? You gotta pull the sword out of the stone. But the one thing prepared at the place of selection, or the only thing prepared at the place of selection, was a naked sword stuck in a stone. On the hilt of the sword was a golden inscription. Whosoever pulleth out the sword of stone is rightwise king born of England. Many knights grabbed the sword following that command, but no one was able to pull the sword out, and the knights began the expected method of selected by jousting. As the girl was only an apprentice, she was not qualified to joust. The girl neared the deserted stone of selection and reached out for the sword without hesitation.
いやいや、それを手に取る前にきちんと考えた方がいい。
When she turned around, before her was the most feared magus in the country. The magus said that she would no longer be human when she took a hold of the sword. The girl only responded with a nod. Becoming a king meant no longer being human. She was prepared for that ever since she was born. In short, a king is someone who kills everyone to protect everyone. The young girl thought about it every night and shuddered until morning came. No day passed that she did not fear that fact, but the girl said it would end this day. The sword was pulled out as if it were only natural to do so, and the place was filled with light. In that instant, she became something not human. The king's gender does not matter. No one will care about the king's appearance, or even notice if the king acts like a king. Even if anybody noticed the king was female, there would be no problem if she was a good king. This is why she kept saying that she does not see herself as female. She sees herself only as the king. Perhaps because of the sword's magic, the girl's growth stopped at that time as well. Many knights feared it as ominous, but most of them praised their master's immortality as divine. And thus, the time of the king who had become legend started. The battles of the new king were indeed the acts of a god of war. The king always led from the front. No enemies could stand in her way. Arturia, the god of war. There was no defeat for a body admired as a dragon in human form. For 10 years and 12 battles, she knew only victory. Those were the days she ran through as the king. She never turned back and was never disgraced. She was raised as the king and fulfilled her obligations as the king. Is that why I saw such a figure? Her soul must still be on the battlefield. Before daybreak, resting her body in the wind under the indigo blue sky, she just gazes into the distance. The sky's high and the clouds are flowing fast. Under the clear air, she is looking at the great army she must face with her sword in hand. That figure is burned and will never go away. She and her sword are one, the sword from the stone that chose the king. I think the brilliance of the sword that selected her fate is also her brilliance. But I wonder in the dream, that sword is different from the one she had. It's similar but different. The one she used last night's different from this sword. So, how did she lose such a fine sword? I wonder if he's going to bring it up to her because it's just like he can see her memories. I don't think she's going to be too happy about that. When I wake up, I'm in my room. It's light outside. I guess I fell asleep after coming back to my room, unable to make a decision. It was a strange dream. Events I shouldn't know about. Things I don't know about Saber. Is it possible for me to dream about them? I vaguely think Saber's true identity that was hidden. To be honest, I still can't accept who she is. Saber is just Saber. I can't change my attitude just because I know who she was before, and I don't think Saber would want that either. The sword from yesterday suited her, but the sword in my dream also suited her. No, you could say I was fascinated, with yesterday's sword and the sword in my dream. It seems I fall for swords easily. I also thought Lancer's lance was beautiful when I saw it, but my interest in swords is exceptional. It seems I'm easily attracted to swords. I take a deep breath and reach up to my sweaty face. I wipe the sweat off my forehead. Even though it's winter, my body is burning. It feels like my blood's getting hotter and I feel restless. My body has been strangely hot. The hand that bears the command spell is hot as if it's holding a pocket heater. I take a deep breath to try and calm myself. Saber has not woken up even once since last night, but it still seems she's getting better. Her breathing's calm now, and there's no sign she's gasping in pain. Saber's sleeping peacefully. This is an everyday morning scene. If I let her sleep like this, she might get back to normal. Then there will be no need to have her kill people. Then, just like now, Saber will be with me, and... hit the wall. I'm so weak it makes me sick.
Saber をこんなにしたのは俺だ。その俺が何を
I get up, trying not to make a sound. I don't know when Saber will wake up, but I have to make a decision before she does. Tosaka must still be asleep. There's no energy in the house, and it feels like it's abandoned. No, I'm just depressed. I can't decide, so I'm wandering around in a gray state, and that causes the world to be vague. I hear something cut through the air.
ただ庭の方からだけど今のは
I remember that sound. Yeah. I don't feel like cooking breakfast right now, so I'll take a walk and check it out. It's much colder than usual outside. It must be really cold if my burning body feels it. It's so cold it might snow.
蔵の方からだな。あれ
Sound is coming periodically. I cross the yard, breathing out white puffs. He's there in front of the shed. I guess I kind of knew he'd be here, so I wasn't surprised. He must have been shooting arrows until now. He lowers his bow in displeasure as soon as he sees me.
そうだな。人んちの庭で弓なんて引くな。矢が当たったらどうするつもりだ。
どうするつもりもない。もとより矢など使っていないのだ。いていないものが当たる道理はなかろう。
He doesn't need to tell me that. The sound was Archer's bowstring cutting through the air. I don't know why, but Archer isn't using any arrows, but only pulling his bow.
いい弓だな。今まで納得いかなかったけど、お前本当にアーチャーだったんだ。
さて、私はお前が知っている弓使いとは違うからな。弓道など聞かれても答えられんぞ。お前たちの弓は己に当てる射であり、私のは敵に当てる矢だ。お前の言うアーチャーというのは礼節を重んじる者のことだろう。
He curls his lips offensively. As I thought, I can't get along with him.
誰もお前に弓のことを聞こうだなんて思ってないよ。ただ何をしているか気になっただけだ。
見ての通り調子を測っているのだが、セイバーにつけられた傷も癒えた。
Yay, finally.
いつまでも見張り役というわけにもいくまい。
I see. He's healed now. That means Tosaka should return to the war. I turn away. Since Tosaka and Archer are rejoining the battle, I must make a decision. I have to think seriously somewhere I can be alone.
斬新という言葉があるな。
Here he goes, probably giving me philosophical information again. He probably knows about the whole deal with Saber. Sure, Tosaka's told him.
後に保つ間のことだ。私の弓術とお前の弓道で唯一共通しているものがそれだと思うのだが。
なんだよ。お前なんかに発説を解かれる覚えはないぞ。
まあ聞け。矢を放った後、体は自然と場に止まるという。それを斬新というそうだな。
Certainly, there are 8 movements in archery called the 8 stages of shooting. The last one, the follow-through, is the state that comes after shooting an arrow, but...
ああ、それがどうしたっていうんだ、お前。
心構えの話だ。斬新とは己の行為。放った矢が的中するかを確かめるものではない。矢とは放つ前にすでに的中しているものだ。射手は自らのイメージ通りに指を離す。ならば当たるか当たらぬかなど確認する必要はない。射の前に当たらぬと思えば当たらぬし、当たると思えば当たっているのだから。
そんなことあるか。どんなに当たるって思っても当たらない射はある。思うだけで当たるって言うんなら誰だって100発100中だ。
そうかな。少なくともお前は100発100中だろ。
His statement makes my heart jump. That's certainly...
まあそんな話はどうでもいい。 言いたいことは一つだけだ。斬新とは矢が当たるかどうかを見極めるものではない。放った矢がどのような結果になるかなど分かりきったことだからな。ならば斬新とはその結果を受け入れるための心構えではなかったか。
Is he? I'm guessing he might be talking about like I've started the war, like I've gotten into a battle, and I have to follow through. Like I have to do what I have to do to like finish this, even if it means killing people.
分かってる。要するに最後まで見届けろって言いたいんだろう、お前は。
そういうことだ。セイバーのことは聞いた。彼女がこのような状態になるのは初めから分かっていたことだろう。魔力の提供もなしで戦っていればいつかは消える。それはもう決まっていたことだ。ならば
All that's left is to accept the result. Is he saying that no matter what happens to Saber because of my decisions, all I can do is see through what happens? I turn my back to Archer. I will leave this guy once and for all.
それともう一つ、気がついていないようだから教えておこう。
I hear a voice behind me.
セイバーはな、宝具を使えば自分が消えると分かっていたはずだ。彼女はおそらく最後まで宝具を使う気はなかったのだろう。
The usual offensive tone isn't present in his voice.
にもかかわらず、宝具を使った理由は一つ。
To protect me, I bet.
セイバーは
Yep.
自身が消えることよりお前を守ることを選んだのだ。それを決して忘れるな。
His voice holds only honest sincerity. Alright, well, it did say that the status and weapon menu was updated, so let's check that out. If it's related to Saber, maybe, or the fact that Archer's, like, back in the game again. Alright, so Excalibur, so yeah, this has been updated. Sword of Light, not a weapon made by men, but a divine weapon forged by the planet. It is a noble phantasm that is the greatest of holy swords. It transforms the possessor's magical energy into light, increasing its kinetic energy by converging and accelerating it, and allows for usage of sorcery on the level of divine spirits. To an observer, it looks like a giant beam of light, but its target point is the tip. It is the ultimate slash that cuts through everything in the area the light goes through. Its enormous power heats space around the tip, and as a result, it is interpreted as a wave of light that mows across the earth. You could also call it a directed energy weapon. Alright, so there we go. We've checked out her... Looks like that's it for the updated ones. The park is empty as usual. Maybe it helps it's colder today than usual. There's no one around, and it looks like I'm the only one out at this time. I sit on the bench sluggishly. I came to a deserted place as I wished to. I think partially he was hoping that Illya would be here. Maybe he wants to talk to her about stuff, but I feel like telling her about Saber's state is not a good idea because they are still enemies. Now that I'm here, I must decide what to do. There are no choices that allow me to postpone the problem. If I'm to end the Holy Grail War by defeating other masters, I need Saber to stay. Ooh, do I get to choose? So if I choose, like, not to kill people, then maybe that's it, that's the end. No, even without that, I don't want her to disappear, but that means having Saber attack people, like Ryder did. There's no way I can do that. Making Saber do such a thing would be like telling her to die. First of all, Saber would surely refuse. But when I hang my head, I see my left hand. I have 2 command spells left. If I use one, I could force Saber to follow my command. I bite my lip and discard the ridiculous thought. I don't know how long I remained slumped on this bench, but just as my fingers started to tremble from the cold...
もういないと 思ったらこんなところにいる。
I'm suddenly called.
やっぱりそうだ。こんにちは、シロ。浮かない顔してるけど、何かあったの？
イリア、お前また一人でこんなところまでやってきたのか。危ないぞ。どこにマスターの目が光ってるか。
As I start to say that, I'm amazed at my stupidity. Illya's a master too. Also, did he see, when he saw the aftermath of what happened to Shinji, did he know that it was Berserker that did that? Does he know that she's the one who killed his former friend? I shouldn't be worrying about this. And anyway, aren't we enemies?
悪い。今はイリアと話をする余裕がないんだ。せっかく会えたけど、話し相手になってやれない。今日は冷えるし、帰った方がいいぞ。
Sitting down on the bench, I dismiss Illya. There are things I need to talk to her about, but I have my hands full with Saber right now. What's going on? Illya doesn't say anything, and she just stares at me as if I'm a stranger.
イリア、いや、別にお前を邪険にしてるんじゃないんだ。今はちょっといろいろと立て込んでいて。
知ってるわ。セイバーが消えかけてるんでしょ？
Damn, what's going on? Nobody can keep a secret around here. Or is she just that perceptive? Oh, she was there, wasn't she? That's right, yeah, she was. I just talked about how she was there.
それで、シロはどうしようかって考えてるのよね。
Suddenly, the girl in front of me says this coldly, as if she's someone else.
イリア、
そんなことで悩むなんてバカみたい。シロがそんなだから、ライダーのマスターにも逃げられたのよ。
Alright, well,
負けたやつなんて殺しちゃえばいいだけなのに。
I'm guessing he didn't know, and now he does. I move my legs. I know it's bad to stay sitting down, so I put my power in them to stand up. But my body does not move, as if entranced by Illya.
イリア、お前、なんでそんなこと。
言うまでもないでしょ。昨日の夜ね、私もあのビルにいただけよ。もっとも、さすがにビルの中で様子を見てるしかなかったけど。
I try to move my arms and legs, but they won't move at all. No, it feels like they're stiffening the more I put power into them. It's those eyes. Looking into Ilya's red eyes is making my body go numb, and...
あ、もう金縛りになったんだ。シロったら守りも何もないんだもの。一人でいれば簡単に捕まえられるって思ったけど、こんなに簡単に行くなんて可愛いな。
Oh shit, like when she says bound, like is she using an ability on me to like stop me from escaping? Oh shit.
無駄だよお兄ちゃん。そうなったらもう動けないわ。
Well, so much for her showing me any, mercy.
もうじき声も出なくなるけど、心配しなくていいよ。私もね、今日はお話をしに来たわけじゃないもの。
Murderous intent mixes into Ilya's gaze. This is the same Illya as that night when she was the master of Berserker. Well, hopefully the fact that they said that Archer's back in the game again, maybe him and Tosaka will come save me.
俺をここで殺すつもりか。
Gritting my teeth, I gather all my strength. But I can't even twitch my fingers. Every nerve in my body's wrapped by Ilya's stare.
うん。だって、もうマスターでいてもしょうがないでしょ。セイバーが消えたら、シローは一人きりだもの。いつまでもマスターにさせてられないわ。戦う手段がなくなったシローなんて、簡単に殺せるんだから。
Illya raises her hand. Her white, slender fingers touch my chest.
他の人に殺される前に見つけられてよかった。それじゃあ、おやすみなさい、お兄ちゃん。どうせセイバーも消えるんだから、早い方がすっきりするでしょ。
My vision fades. Sensation in my limbs is already gone, and now my vision's gone as well. How long has it been since I fell into this darkness? While I wonder whether or not I'm dead, my consciousness fades away. My body's burning. Even though my consciousness is deep in the darkness, my burning body is appealing that it is alive. I see. I guess I'm alive then. But even if that's the case, that's only for the moment. Illya said it too.
戦う手段のないシロなんて簡単に殺せるんだから。
She's right. I can't fight at all without Saber. The Holy Grail War is a battle between servants. I cannot possibly match one of those servants. That fact has been proven many times already. It was a merciless beating. As Saber said, my battle against a servant is to survive. I couldn't even do that. I was cut all over my body, and on top of that, thrown to the ground from a third-floor window. I only survived because of an abnormality in my body that I don't even understand. That fact is so vexing that it makes me mad. I could not stop the disaster occurring around me just because the one in front of me was unbeatable. Even though I chose to fight as a master to stop people getting hurt, but I could not protect them. It pisses me off. A superhero I've admired since childhood always has to win, or it's meaningless. My body's burning. My whole body is demanding I must win, but I don't have any means of winning, nor a way to fight. How would I be able to fight? I don't have the skills to fight alongside Saber without being a burden to her.
それも間違いだ。エミやシロは格闘には向かない。お前の戦いは精神の戦い。己との戦いであるべきだからだ。
Suddenly, I remember the back of the man who said those words.
戦いになれば、エミやシロに勝ち目などない。お前のスキルでは何をやってもサーバントには通じない。
I know. I realize that more than ever now.
ならば、せめてイメージしろ。現実で叶わない相手なら、想像の中で勝て。自身が勝てないのなら、勝てるものを幻想しろ。
He doesn't need to tell me something I already know. If I'm going to win, it will only be in my head. What could I win with? I can't imagine myself beating a servant. I can't handily deceive myself, and an image created by deceiving myself will be full of flaws. There's no way I'd be able to match a servant, a first-class illusion with such a third-rate image. So, what will I be able to beat? And what will I beat it with? I'm searching for the answer to that question. Searching for the answer even now. A golden sword. It's a sword for her alone. I don't want it myself. It's just beautiful. I just want to hold it in my hands if it's permitted. Geez, it's a bad habit for an amateur magus. Since all I can do is examine the contents, I see such dreams unsuitable for my position. But if this is a dream, I should be allowed to at least think about it. Don't tell me he's gonna manifest the sword and be able to defeat Illya. First, I assume the basic structure and reproduce the composing material. Okay, I guess he's gonna try it, because he's got some sort of magic. He's got strengthening magic, but I thought this was like the hardest one, was to be able to like completely reproduce something. Oh, the basic form from when I used the strengthening magic isn't enough, as I thought. Strengthening is changing something that's already there, so it's meaningless with something that isn't there at all. So if I'm to remember that sword, I have to put more effort into it. It's well before the basics. It's the process full of waste that I came up with before Kiritsugu taught me how to use the strengthening magic. It was... how is it supposed to take shape? When I come to, I'm in a ridiculous place. This isn't just some place I've never seen before. It has a bed with a gorgeous canopy and a long carpet that makes it look like you could sink to your ankles. A stone fireplace that's not just decorative, but actually functional. The patterns on the wall aren't just wallpaper, as they're actually engraved. I'm used to mansions like Shinji's house, but this is on a different level. It's embarrassing to say, but this is like a castle that you'd read about in fairy tales. My mind almost falls unconscious. My body's strangely heavy. Is my blood circulating poorly? I feel like I'll fall asleep again if I let my guard down. I try to remember with my hazy mind. Oh yeah, I was bound by Illya and lost consciousness.
イリアに捕まったってことか。
No one is in the room. My body feels heavy, but it seems I could at least raise my arm.
縛られてるぞ、俺。
Maybe he could use his command spell to do something. My dazed mind instantly awakens. Realizing the danger I'm in, I study my situation first.
椅子に座らされて手を後ろに回されてるのか。これは手錠じゃないよな。縄で手首を縛ってるだけか。
I'm not in the worst condition, but it makes no difference to the fact I cannot move. My body's still numb, and I can't even get up with my hands tied.
あれからどれぐらい経ってるんだ。時計はないか、やっぱり。
There's no clock in the room. The window is behind me. I turn around as much as I can, with the curtains draped over it, and I can't quite tell what's outside. But the sun has already set outside. I met Illya in the morning, so that means at least half a day has passed. I can't be doing this now. I don't know where I am, but I have to go home to Saber as quickly as I can. Saber's weakening. I can't trouble her by letting her know I've been kidnapped. I pull at my hands. Even if I'm to run away, I have to do something about the rope tied behind my back first. The door opens. I release my power at the same moment as she walks in.
あ、やっと起きたんだ。おはよう、お兄ちゃん。体は大丈夫？
Illya is acting totally different from before. Her cold eyes are gone, and the Illya before me is the white girl who was talking to me in the park the other day.
どうしたの？なんか元気ないけど、まだ体は動かない？おかしいな。そろそろ声ぐらいは出せるはずなんだけど。
Maybe we can try and reason with her. Maybe she just wants to kidnap us to keep us as her brother. Does she have, like, split personality? Or, like, what is going on with her? She's so completely different at times. She looks at me, tilting her head. It looks like she's just worried about me.
大丈夫だ。声は出るし、頭の方も自分が捕まってるってわかる程度にははっきりしてる。
Maybe she just, like, except the Illya from before said she wanted to kill him, but I feel like this one, when she talked about before, she wanted to have him as her servant. I think this is probably what she wants right now. This is like just a situation where she just wants to keep him to herself. I glare at Illya.
何よ、不満なの？捕まえた敵はね、本当は地下牢に入れておくものなんだよ。けど、それじゃシローがかわいそうだから、特別に私の部屋に連れてきてあげたのに。
I don't know if I should be thankful or not. But anyway, I'm starting to understand the situation I'm in.
なんとなく状況は分かった。俺は捕まって、ここはイリアの住処ってわけか。
I say so sharply, killing my emotions. As long as I don't know the full details of the situation, I should listen for now.
そうだよ。前に言ったでしょ。私は森の後ろに住んでるんだって。ここは樹海の中の城で、周りには何もないわ。シローが住んでる町まで車で何時間もかかるんだもの。助けになんて来るはずもないし、絶対に邪魔も入らない。
It's weird to have this happy music playing while I'm basically a hostage.
そうか。それは分かったけど、なんだってそんなことをしたんだ。俺を殺すんなら、あの公園でできたじゃないか。
なんで？私、シローを殺す気なんてないよ。シローは私のだもん。他のマスターは殺すけど、シローは特別。だから、誰も邪魔が入らないように、シローをここに閉じ込めたの。
Uh-oh. I don't like this. I do not like this. I automatically lean back. And we don't get to see Shiro very often, do we? Like, ever. Illya puts her face close to mine as if not caring about my feelings.
イリア、ちょっと。
I know it's indiscreet, but... Oh, God, no, don't you, no! I mean, I don't know how old she is, but she looks so young. I was like, no, don't be feeling this way, especially because she's kind of, well... They're not related. I know he's just like the adopted son, but still, this is all kinds of ick. I know it's indiscreet, but my heart is beating fast from the weight of Illya on my legs. Even though she's not heavy, she feels so alive I can't think straight.
やっぱりシローは特別。 ねえ、私のサーバントになってみない？シローが私のサーバントになってくれるならもう殺さなくて済むわ。シローがうんって言ってくれればそれでシローだけは助けてあげるよ。
Do I have a choice here? This is nothing half-hearted. Illya's words are so pure I won't be able to take it back if I nod. And if I do betray her, all her purity would probably turn into hatred. With Illya so close to me, my confused mind freezes. This isn't just that she likes me. Ilya's question is asking if I want to live or die.
考えるまでもないでしょ。シローにはもうセイバーはいないんだもの。戦う手段なんてないわ。ならマスターでいてもしょうがないじゃない。
違う。セイバーはまだ消えていない。そんなことさせるもんか。
けどそんな状態じゃ簡単に殺されちゃうよ。いいからシローはここにいればいいの。シローがずっとそばにいてくれるなら私もずっとシローを守ってあげる。
Illya snuggles up to me. I don't even have the freedom to push her away. I don't know what will happen if I disobey her, but I still can't nod to Ilya's words.
ダメだ。離れるんだ、イリア。どんなに言われても俺は。
Illya puts her finger up to my mouth. She smiles and looks up at my bewildered face.
もう分かってないんだから。いい？今のシローはカゴの中の小鳥なのよ。生かすも殺すも私の自由なんだから、あんまり私を怒らせるようなことは言っちゃダメ。10年も待ったんだもの。ここでシローを簡単に殺しちゃうなんて、そんなのつまらないでしょ。
Her voice sounds like a girl who wants a toy. I gasp, sensing a cruelty that sends a chill up my spine.
これで最後だよ、お兄ちゃん。もう一度だけ聞いてあげる。
I'm trying to remember how old she was. She was very young. She's probably about like maybe 4 or 5. So if that was 10 years ago, she said she's waited 10 years, so she'd be maybe about like 14, 15 years old. Her eyes are full of hope.
シロ、私のものになりなさい。
Illya says so, as if allowing no refusal. Oh gosh, okay. I was expecting there to be a choice. I feel like if I say this is gonna be a bad end, she's just gonna kill me right here and now, but I want to see what happens. I can't do that. I don't even need to think about it. And I can only take so much. Why does everyone think Saber's disappearing? Saber won't disappear, and I'm going to fight with her until the very end. I can't undermine the oath with something like this.
イリア、お前の言うことは聞けない。俺にはセイバーがいる。セイバーが残っている限り、マスターとして戦うだけだ。
I hear her gasp. Her red eyes open for an instant, like rigor mortis.
そう。あなたまで私を裏切るのね。
Oh shit. Is she saying like you're gonna betray me? Is she talking about her father? The fact that her father just like never came back to her? Illya backs away. The girl looks down at me, not getting upset.
いいわ。シローが私の言うことを聞かないなら、私もシローの言うことなんて聞かない。今まで見逃してあげたけど、それもこれでおしまいなんだから。
Illya's voice is filled with murderous intent. I feel an ominous tone to it.
待っていなさい。すぐに用を済ませてくるから。
待て、何をするつもりだ、イリア。
Is she gonna go get Berserker?
何って、セイバーとリンを殺しに行くの。2人を殺してくれば、シローも少しは後悔するでしょ。
バカなことを言うな。セイバーもトーサカも関係ない。俺は自分だけの都合でイリアとはいられないって言ってるんだ。
そうなの？けど2人は殺すわ。それが終わったら次はシローの番よ。私のものにならないのならシローなんていらないもの。
She starts to go. She's serious. She's going to go kill Saber and Tosaka.
やめろ、イリア。セイバーもトーサカも関係ないだろう。捕まってるのは俺なんだから。憎いって言うなら俺だけにしろ。 二人を殺す理由なんてない。
I mean, it's like she said, she's in the Holy Grail War. She's gonna have to go after them eventually.
理由はあるわ。私以外のマスターは生かしておけないもの。それが聖杯戦争でしょ。
バカ、簡単に人を殺すなんて言うな。お前にはそんなの似合わない。イリアはまだ子供なんだから、そんな真似だけはしちゃダメだ。
After looking at me in amazement.
残念ね。私はもうマスターを殺してるんだよ、お兄ちゃん。
Illya says so with a cheerful face.
もっとも、それは昨日の話だけど、予想外といえば予想外だったかな。私、あいつはお兄ちゃんが手を下すって思ってたのに。
At that moment, to my surprise, I clearly understand what she's talking about. Illya said she was in that building last night. So, wasn't the master fleeing in front of her the perfect prey?
イリア、お前。
ごめんね。シローがやらないから私がやっちゃった。本当は横取りって好きじゃないんだけど。
She doesn't sound guilty at all. For Illya, it must have been nothing at all. That makes me realize, no, I should have known the last time I met her. This girl has no sense of good and evil. If the girl laughing innocently is Illya, the girl laughing mercilessly is also Illya. It's not like a devil and an angel are in her at the same time. It's just that Illya is a devil called an angel.
それじゃあ行ってくるわ。
Then there was me just being like, oh, maybe she's got a split personality. No, it's just I feel like her whole upbringing has been very warped, right? She's grown up about knowing what she has to do, and I'm like, that's gonna fuck up a person.
帰ってきたらシローの番なんだから。
But
せいぜい逃げ出す努力でもしていなさい。
it is a little creepy just how much joy she seems to derive in killing people. It's hard for me to, like, she was so cute in Fate Zero. She's just like a cute little girl. And she's so scary now.
もっとも、カゴから逃げ出せないから、小鳥は小鳥なの。
And again, her mother was killed because of the Holy Grail War, and her father abandoned her, so that certainly doesn't help.
お兄ちゃんじゃ、この鳥カゴからは出られないでしょうけど。
Illya leaves the room. What she says is true. As she doesn't understand threats or haggling, everything she says is true. So I can't stay here forever. I have to escape and meet up with Saber before Illya attacks her. I was expecting him to die right then and there. I'm surprised it's still going, to be honest. Now I'm curious what would have happened if I had agreed to be her servant. I shake my body and try to loosen the ropes. She really must think I can't escape, as there's no one in the room. I can get out of these ropes by myself if there's no one keeping watch, but... Not working well enough. Even though I can move, my limbs are heavy as steel, and just moving them will run me out of breath.
イリアのやつ、これを見越して逃げられないなんて言ってたわ。
Certainly, I can't move. Even if I can get the ropes off, I won't be able to escape if my body won't move to my satisfaction.
体が重いのは疲れてるからじゃないよな。そっか。イリアの目を見て、それで動かなくなったんだっけ。
It must be what they call the mystic eyes. They say a superior magus is able to intervene magically with a target just by looking into their eyes. A common form of mystic eyes is binding, so this must be something like that. As eyes perceive visual information, their disadvantage is that they're weak against suggestion. Therefore, a magus usually casts some protection over their eyes to shut out others' magical energy.
呪文もなしの暗示じみた金縛りにやられるなんて、遠坂が聞いたらなんて言うか。
Well, they're just mystic eyes that are acquired with the use of magic. But I hear that monsters born with such eyes don't even need to look at the eyes of their target. These people exhibit their ability just by looking, but I hear such powers are rare. So, fortunately, it doesn't seem like Illya's mystic eyes are the special kind. This is just an intervention sending her magical energy into my body. Then there is a way to dispel myself. I can't move my body because Illya's magical energy is invading my nerves. So, if I remove that magical energy, I'll be able to move again.
単純な話だ。泥が溜まってるなら、水を流して洗えばいい。
Closing my eyes, I concentrate on the inside of my body. I don't have the skills to detect or remove someone's magical energy from within me, but such skills are unnecessary if the magical energy is not rooted in my body. If Illya's magical energy is stagnant, all I have to do is channel strong magical energy through me and push it out.
悪いな。乱暴なやり方だけど、あいにくそんなことしかできないんだ。
I apologize to my body as some consolation. All I have to do now is my daily routine, a ritual where I drive in a nerve into my back. Well, look at that. All of the work he's been doing is finally, well, it's helped him in other times as well, but I think Illya didn't know, wasn't aware. I think she knows that I don't really have any magical abilities or a magic circle or things like that, but she's not aware that he has, some. No, it's not that anymore. There's no need to make a new one now, and also that he's been training with Tosaka, so he can do this stuff a lot easier. I can just push a switch inside of me. I don't have to make a magic circuit inside me, as I just have to switch my nerves into a magic circuit. Oh, circuit, not circle. I cast a spell to suggest myself. Spells do not do anything to the world. It's only something that one casts on oneself as one intervening with the world. Words are the best way to make your body transform. An order that only works on the self to create a divine mystery. A very simple magic called spell. My circulation speeds up. My blood gains power. My body turns into a device for pumping magical energy. It must be assistance from that jewel Tosaka made me swallow. The creation of magical energy that usually takes me an hour now only takes an instant. I don't even need to push the switch. I can just let the magical energy circulate and let my hands go. Well, I say push the switch, but I still haven't figured out where the switch thing is. The heat goes wild. Calmly controlling my speeding heartbeat, I let my hands go from the spinning cord. Blood spills out of my mouth. Some vein must have been cut or something must have ripped inside me. I channeled enough magical energy to wash out the mud inside of me, so it's fortunate I only ended up coughing blood. And to add, I don't feel any pain. He's still at a bit of quite a disadvantage because he still is lagging behind Illya, and also he's in the middle of the forest. He has no idea which direction he even has to go in. It's an abnormality I don't understand, but I'm just happy to have it at times like this. Hopefully he's got a phone or something and he can call Rin if it hasn't been confiscated. It's my greatest and only strength for any wounds to heal if they're not fatal. What I should be careful of is relying on it, because the cause is unknown. If I get myself injured relying on the healing might go away the next time. So I shouldn't rely on such a vague miracle. I loosen the rope. My wrists are bruised, but my hands weren't tied tightly. I don't think it was Illya that tied me up, but it wasn't tied too tightly. First of all, Illya wouldn't be able to carry me here. Is there someone other than Illya who isn't too strong? I get up from the chair with a stupid remark. It's good that I can move freely now, but it seems the movement was too violent. I don't have any wounds, but magical energy is still raging inside of me. Just moving causes my body to be pummeled from the inside. It must be the pain. Dizziness and nausea assail me, and my limbs are senseless. I won't be able to get back home before Illya like this. I slap my cheeks and start walking. As I start to lean on the wall and head to the door, I hear a sound on the other side of the wall. Footsteps. A few of them, too. These people approaching while talking stop in front of the door. There's no time to hide. I should... Oh, okay. It's not often I'm given, 3 choices. Alright. Let's try the bed. Hide under the bed. I have no time to think. I don't have a chance of winning with this body, so I should do my best not to be found. I feel like pretending I was tied up still probably would have been the better choice. How about that bed for the time being? I jump into the bed and hide by pulling the sheet over me. Oh no, the sound of the door opening follows. I thought he was going to go under the bed, under, not just under the sheets. Illya might be back, or it might be someone from the castle. Either way, that someone must be shocked and bewildered at the vanished prisoner and must be looking at the empty chair with blank amazement. This is soft and perfect. The person is standing in speechless shock at this perfect closed-door trick, and... Wait, is that Saber? And says so in an utterly astonished tone. I take my face out of the soft bed. This music is so unbefitting. Amazing.
まさかとは思いますが、それで身を隠しているつもりではないでしょうね。
Did she actually come find me? Or am I dreaming? Like, what? This is so weird. I climb out of the bed. She must have, like, sensed where I was and come to find me. And he doesn't even seem surprised, be like, wait, Saber, what are you doing here? I ask her with my eyes, whether I was being naive.
大雨です。私が敵であったのなら、一片の情けもかけず、両断します。
I'm unable to answer back. I think I just showed her something really embarrassing.
セイバー、どうしてここに？
言うまでもないでしょ。サーバントがマスターを守るのに理由はいりません。シローが囚われたのなら、助けに来るのは当然ではないですか。
いや、だから、どうして俺が捕まったって知ってるんだよ。いや、そんなことより、どうしてここにいるんだ、セイバー。ここはイリアの隠れ家だぞ。
それは私のセリフです。あなたこそ何をやっていたのですか。一人で行動するなどあれほど言っていたのに、やすやすとイリアスピールに拉致され、このような場所に監禁されるなんて。シローはマスター失格です。この件については何らかの謝罪をしてもらわなければ気が済みません。
確かにそれは軽率だった。けど、どうしてセイバーがここにいるんだ。セイバー、満足に動けないんだろ。だっていうのに、イリアの本拠地に来るなんて何考えてるんだ。
あなたこそ何を考えているのです。サーバントはマスターを守るもの。シローが囚われたのですから、イリアスピールの本拠地だろうと関係はありません。
Saber speaks clearly. Her figure is just as it was before. It's different from the figure sleeping, weak and in pain.
シロー、どうしたのです？急に黙り込んで。やはり捕まっている間に傷を負ったのですか？
いや、そうじゃない。俺のことはいいんだ。それよりセイバーこそ元気そうでよかった。
I really regained my peace of mind. I'm surprised Saber's here, but I'm happy she's back to normal. It's just selfish prejudice, but I think Saber's meant to act like this.
すまなかったな、セイバー。事情はよくわからないけど、俺を助けに来てくれたんだろ？
はい。サーバントとしてマスターを救うのは当然ですから。
ありがとう。お前が来てくれて本当に助かった。
I'm glad. There's no problem now. All that's left is to escape with Saber and... Oh, hey! Hey! Why can't I see Tosaka?
Tosaka?
Is she really seriously there?
思ったより元気そうじゃない。これじゃあ私たちが出向く必要もなかったかしら。
だからそう言っただろう、リン。エミやシロなど放っておけと。
I'm glad to see him with the gang for the first time. We always see him either just with Rin or just by himself talking to Shiro. So I guess I picked the right choice then to say that I wasn't going to be Illya's servant. I thought for sure that was going to be a game over.
この手の男はな、周りに迷惑をかけるだけかけて、自分だけは生き延びるのだ。今回のはいい機会だった。見捨てておけば勝手に死んでくれたものを。
聞き捨てなりません、アーチャー。助力を頼んだのは私ですが、あなたにシロを侮辱する権利などないはずです。
いざ主が助かればそれか。マスターもマスターなら、サーバントもサーバントだ。協力者に対するありがたみなどないようだな。ま、いずれ戦う身だ。情など持たれない方がやりやすくはあるが。
Saber falls silent as if he hit a sore spot. This guy, does he not get along with Saber either?
そこまでよ。今がどんな状況なのか忘れてるわけじゃないでしょうね、あーちゃん。おしゃべりなんてしてる暇はないわ。 イリアスフィールが戻ってくる前に撤退しないと。
ちょっと待ってくれ。遠坂たちはここがイリアの住処だって知っててきたのか。いや、そもそも
Illya went out intending to kill them. Then, does that mean Illya and Tosaka missed each other?
助かった。今頃イリアはうちに向かってると思う。遠坂たちがここに来てくれなかったらイリアと戦う羽目になってた。
ええ、そうみたいね。イリアとバーサーカーが外に出たのは確認したわ。まあそうでもなければこんなところまで忍び込まないけど。
I see. Tosaka took such drastic measures because she knew Illya went outside. So now I kind of want to go back. So, like, if I had said I would be her servant, then Saber and Tosaka would have just burst in while Illya was still here. Whew, I'm kind of curious to see how that would have gone. She's as direct as ever, but that turned out to be for the best this time.
とにかく話は後よ。ここがアインツベルンのアジトって分かった時は覚悟してきたけど、合わないならそれに越したことはないでしょ。セイバーがそんな調子じゃバーサーカーには太刀打ちできないしね。
Tosaka steps between me and Saber.
遠坂、セイバーがそんな調子ってどこがだよ。顔色もいいし、もう以前のセイバーじゃないか。
あなたね、そんな都合のいい話があるわけないでしょ。セイバーは全く回復してないわ。立っているだけが精一杯って見てわからない？
リン、それは黙っていると約束したはずです。
悪いわね、そんなの破棄よ。黙っていてもマイナスなだけだし、そもそも隠し通せる問題じゃないわ。
I love how she's like, this isn't a video game. You don't just like rest for a bit and then you're all healed up.
それはそうですが、しかし。
She hesitates painfully. That makes me realize her condition has not improved at all.
セイバー、今の話は本当なのか？
はい。リンの言うことは正しい。恥ずかしい話ですが、今の私ではセイバーとして戦うことはできません。
そんなことだろうと思ったわ。武装もできないぐらい弱ってるくせに一緒に行くって聞かないんだもの。戦えない代わりにマスターをかばおうとでも思ったんでしょ。
My breathing stops. What is that? She's so weak she can't arm herself? What ridiculous things is she saying about being my shield?
すまないシロ。このような体ではサーバント失格だとは分かっていますが、それでも盾の役割はできます。
That's it. Why do you always think such stupid things?
ふざけんな。そんなの不服に決まってるだろ。遠坂、お前なんだってセイバーを連れてきたんだ。今は俺のことよりセイバーの方がずっと大事だって分かってたんじゃないのか。
何よ、私だって反対したわよ。けどセイバーはどうしてもって聞かないし、そもそもセイバーじゃないとあんたの居場所は分からなかったわ。
お前、それでも。
I start to yell that she shouldn't have brought her, but I stop myself. I'm in no position to criticize Tosaka. The root of all this was me getting captured. Tosaka and Saber just did what they thought was right.
口喧嘩も結構だがな。今そこまでにしておけ、リン。マスターならば自分の住処の異常には敏感だろう。悠長に説明している暇はないぞ。
そうね、イリアスフィールのやつ今頃慌てて戻ってきている頃だものね。いいわ、話は後にしてあげる。今はこの城から出ることが先決よ。それでいいわね、城。
城、私たちも。
いや、けど。
If Saber's like she was last night, isn't it difficult for her to even walk? I can't let Saber push herself as she... Oh, he's gonna probably carry her, isn't he? I can't let Saber push herself as she's in that state.
まったく。どうやら私も甘く見られたものですね。
セイバ
ー。いくら魔力が尽きているとはいえ、今でもシローよりは戦えます。私から見れば、シローの方こそ消えてしまいそうで怖い。リンは気がついていないようですが、体内の魔力が乱れているのではないですか。
いや、 けどこんなのは大したことじゃない。我慢すれば持ちこたえられる程度だ。俺は全然大丈夫だぞ、本当。
では私もシロと同じです。苦しいですが我慢しきれないものではありません。突然のことで状況がつかめないと思いますが、今は凛に従いましょう。話をするのならそれは家に帰ってからです。
Saber urges me forward. Geez, I can't even worry if she says so with such an expression.
そうだな。話したいことは山ほどあるけど、それは無事に帰ってからにする。
Yes, about Saber's body, and thanking her for coming to save me. That dream's not something I should ask her about right now.
よし、行こう、セイバー。
Nodding, I move my body earnestly. I sweat with each step, but I can't complain. Saber came all the way here with her weakened body. As soon as we leave the room, I gasp. Is this a hallway? From this museum-like hallway, I guess the building is really big.
ちょっと見とれてる場合じゃないわよ。この城から出ても外は一面樹海なんだから、急がないと朝になるわ。
一面の樹海？じゃあここ本当に山の中なのか？宮山町から車で何時間っていうあの樹海？
そう、アインツベルンの隠し城よ。この城から出た後、何時間もかけて森を抜けなくちゃならないの。今は夜だし、朝日が昇るまでには森を抜けるわよ。
Tosaka runs down the hallway without hesitation. I guess she's headed to the back entrance she snuck in through.
今が夜なのは知ってたけど、一体どのぐらい捕まってたんだ、俺は。
I thought it was only half a day, but it might have been longer.
シロがイリアスフィールに囚われたのは朝方でしょう。それから半日が経過しています。日付は変わってしまいましたから、形の上では丸一日囚われていたことになりますね。
そうか、面目ない。
いいえ、そのようなことはありません。イリアスフィールに捕まってこれだけの時間が過ぎたというのに、シロは無事でした。
それはそうかもしれないけど。
It's just because Illya took it easy on me.
イリアスフィールは少女に見えてもアインツベルンの魔術師です。
Ah.
もし彼女に屈していたのなら、
Oh, man.
シロはシロではなくなっていたでしょう。
Now I really want to go back and see, like, I basically would have turned into, like, a zombie or... So that probably would have been the bad end. I thought that was going to be, like, the quote-unquote the end to keep me safe, was just go along with things for now, but it seems like I would have just been... truly become her servant.
私とてその可能性を考慮しなかったわけではありません。最悪あなたは死んでいるものと覚悟してこの城に足を踏み入れたのです。だからここでシロと再会できてよかった。マスターが無事な姿を見せているのですから、私も負けるわけにはいきません。
Saber says so with a faint smile. I feel the same way. I was so worried, wondering whether Saber was all right.
ちょっとやる気あるのかっていうのよ。もたもたしてると本気で先に行くからね。
Tosaka yells at us from the corner ahead.
やば、話してる場合じゃなかった。急ごう、セイバー。
I run, urging Saber on as well. Every step brings unpleasantness and pain as if boiling water is pouring into my veins, but I can run if I grit my teeth. Forcing my aching body to move, I follow Tosaka. Saber is running behind me as if escorting a sick person. She must be in pain. She's acting firm, but Saber is in no condition to move properly.
セイバー、苦しかったら。
I stop myself from asking her if she needs a hand. If I said that, Saber would stubbornly try to run on her own. I should just watch for now. If Saber looks tired enough that she can't make excuses, I can carry her then. Saber is really troublesome. A stubborn girl won't rest unless I do something that forceful. And so, following Tosaka's lead, we reach the exit of the castle.
出口って、ここ入り口じゃないのか、遠坂。
何当たり前のこと言ってるのよ。玄関っていうのはそういうものでしょ。入る時も出る時も ここが一番手っ取り早いんだから。
Tosaka runs down the stairs. Well, I'm in no position to complain. Saber and I descend the stairs into the hallway. I guess this is the lobby. So that must mean we'll be outside if we go through that large door at the end. Why do I feel like Illya is gonna bust in right as we're about to get out?
よし、ここまで来たら大丈夫。問題は森に出てからだけど、まあ夜だし、闇に乗じて国道まで出られるかな。イリアスフィールが戻ってきて、シロがいないって気づいたところで、後の祭りよ。あいつが帰ってくる頃には朝になっちゃってるしね。って何よシロ、その顔。いかにも服そうだけど。
いや別に遠坂は大物だなって再確認してただけだ。
変なところでおかしな確認するのね、あなた。
Like entering the enemy's base from the main entrance and the way she's acting so confidently.
まあいいわ。とにかく外に出ましょう。帰り道は覚えているから迷うこともないしね。
We head for the entrance. A long hall stretches from the lobby, and a large door can be seen on the end. This is just leading up to feeling like maybe she underestimated how quickly they could get back. It's amazing. The hall's about 30 meters long. I think to myself, this place really is a castle, and the instant I start to walk.
なんだ。
Yep.
もう帰っちゃうの？せっかく来たのに残念ね。
The voice of the girl who shouldn't be here echoes through the room with a faint laugh. Damn it. Rin, you should know. Never say stuff like, oh, wow, that was easier than I expected. We should be able to get out of here no problem. You do not say these things out loud. I turn around instantly. Everybody stops. The instant I turn around and see the enemy, I understand I will be killed if I turn my back on it again.
Illya.
Tosaka's voice is shaking. Across the hall, on the stairs we came down, is something that should not be there. Did she fake us out? It's strangely like the time before. Illya standing above us with Berserker standing behind her. Berserker's presence is overwhelming. As I can feel the servant's strength now, I can understand how much of a monster he is. How absurd. He's not at a level Saber could match even in her normal condition. It probably wouldn't even be a fight. That thing is not something that can be beaten in battle. We gotta run. Nike strat, we gotta go. Defeating Berserker means eliminating it without fighting it. In other words, we should have avoided him if we didn't want to die.
こんばんは。あなたの方から来てくれて嬉しいわ、リン。
Illya's voice is cheerful. That smile is the same as it was 8 days ago. Innocent and merciless emotion that will kill any insects she catches. I understand now. We won't be able to get away. I can't stop Illya no matter what I do. Even if I can get Ilya's attention, that doesn't mean everyone else can get away.
どうしたの？黙っていちゃつまらないわ。せっかく時間をあげてるんだから、遺言ぐらい残した方がいいと思うな。
Damn, she's so savage. She giggles, but we don't have such composure. We will run for the entrance if there's an opening. Even though we know there will be no such chance, we can only wait for it. Is Archer just, like, not gonna even bother? Like, he probably doesn't have much of a chance if, like, even Saber at her peak can't defeat Berserker.
じゃあ、一つ聞いてあげる。
But still, Tosaka takes a step forward toward Illya.
イリアスフィール、あんたが戻ってきた気配はなかったけど、もしかしてずっと隠れてたのかしら？そうよ。私はどこにも行っていないわ。私はね、ここからあなたたちの道化ぶりを眺めていただけ。
Oh, she is sneaky.
そう。外に出て行ったのは偽物ってわけ。ええ、あなたたちが来ることは分かってたもの。私は主人なんだから、お客様のおもてなしをしないといけないでしょ。
The giant figure suddenly disappears. I don't know if it jumped or just moved there. Berserker appears in the middle of the lobby with a whirlwind. We're done for now. If we retreat, we'll be slashed in half the instant we turn our backs. But we'll be killed as well if we stay like this. The only path left is to challenge that to massive death, knowing it will be pointless.
おしゃべりはおしまい。それじゃあ、始めよっか、バーサーカー。
The girl raises her hand as if performing some kind of a ritual, looks down at us, and...
誓うわ。今日は一人も逃がさない。
She declares so with delight and murderous intent. Light shines in Berserker's eyes. The servant that has obeyed Illya up until now has had his mind released and identifies us as his enemies. A gritting sound. Tosaka grits her teeth hard as if regretting something.
あーちゃん、聞こえる？
She murmurs in a quiet voice without turning around.
少しでいいわ。一人であいつの足止めをして。
She orders her servant to die. Oh shit. Archer does not answer. She's gonna have to use a command spell, I'm guessing.
気ですかリン。アーチャー一人ではバーサーカーにはかなわない。
私たちはその隙に逃げる。あーちゃんには私たちが逃げ切るまで時間を稼いでもらうわ。
Archer just got brought back and now he's about to die? I want to believe maybe somehow they can all get away. Ignoring Saber, Tosaka continues her instructions. Her voice is cold, killing her emotions. Archer, who has been silent as if pondering something, quietly nods, and I feel kind of bad for him. He's barely been able to participate. He got taken out by Saber for almost a week, and as soon as he's back in the game, he's pretty much just being sent to die.
賢明だ。リンたちが先に逃げてくれれば、私も逃げられる。
Oh, okay.
単独行動は騎兵の得意分野だからな。
Alright, I love the confidence that he's not expecting to die. Takes a step forward as if to protect Tosaka. I like that they kind of, Saber and Shiro are pretty alike, but it seems like Rin and Archer, he's come to respect her and he's like, yeah, good, that's a good decision. Berserker does not move. Only Illya's laughter can be heard from above.
へえ、びっくり。そんな誰とも知らないサーバントで私のヘラクレスを止めるって言うんだ。なんだ、案外可愛いとこあるのね、リン。
Neither Tosaka nor Archer has the composure for a rebuttal. Tosaka and Archer know that fact better than anyone. Archer steps forward. He's empty-handed as usual. Tosaka's watching Archer's back. She must not have anything to say to him. Tosaka should know her command is unreasonable, because she told her servant to die so we can escape.
あーちゃん、私。
I mean, he said, I can escape if you guys can escape. I don't know if he's just saying that to make her feel better or if he truly believes that he'll be able to get out of this. Tosaka starts to say something, but...
ところでリン、一つ確認していいかな。
Archer interrupts her words in a cool voice unsuited to the situation.
いいわ。何？
Tosaka looks at Archer with a downcast look, still looking at Berserker.
ああ、時間を稼ぐのはいいが。
Is he gonna be like, can I, yeah.
あれを倒してしまっても構わない
I was expecting him to say that, be like, can I just kill him? And also, just because he's an unknown, we don't know who he is. He could be someone really good. We don't know what his, his heroic spirit is. Archer says something unexpected.
あーちゃん、ええ、遠慮はいらないわ。ガツンと痛い目に合わせてやって、あーちゃん。
そうか。ならば、期待に応えるとしよう。
Archer moves forward. There are only 10 meters between him and Berserker. That thing should be able to close that distance in an instant.
バカにして。いいわ。やりなさい、バーサーカー。そんな生意気なやつ、バラバラにして構わないんだから。
Illya speaks in a hysterical voice. Tosaka turns her back, not paying attention.
行くわ。外に出れば、それで私たちの勝ちになる。
Tosaka starts to run, taking both Saber and my hands. Saber follows Tosaka without objection. I start to run to the entrance, leaving Archer behind. Don't tell me that... don't tell me Shiro's gonna be like, wait! But from behind me... He stops me, still with his back to me. I turn around, letting go of Tosaka's hand. In the lobby, now far away, is the back of the man facing Berserker.
いいか。お前は戦うものではなく、 生み出すものに過ぎん。
Berserker charges. Archer stares at his enemy without backing off, still empty-handed.
余分なことなど考えるな。お前にできることは一つだけだろう。ならばその一つを極めてみろ。
You know what? I have to feel like as cold as the relationship between Shiro and Archer is, like, Archer must respect Shiro at least a little bit, even if he thinks he's stupid for getting himself into fights he can't win, because I feel like if he truly didn't like Shiro, he wouldn't be giving him this advice. Archer raises his hand. I don't know when he got it, but in his hand is that short sword.
忘れるな。イメージするものは常に最強の自分だ。外敵などいらぬ。お前にとって戦う相手とは自身のイメージに他ならない。
The red back sinks. Berserker's attack rages. I start to run without seeing the clash of the two. Tosaka and Saber are already at the entrance. I run without turning around. The red back tells me to just go. We go down the long hallway and pass through the gate. Unbelievably, the place really is a castle. An old castle hidden deep in the forest. This whole place is surrounded by trees as far as the eye can see, and neither buildings nor sky can be seen in the distance.
こっちよ。3時間もすれば国道に出られるから、それまで走って。
3 hours, huh? I honestly don't know if my body will last that long. The pain gets worse the more I move. The heat should go away if I rest, but we don't have time for that right now.
シロ、早く。
Tosaka sounds pressed as well. Tosaka's the one who gave Archer that order. She looks calm, but her mind is filled with regret.
分かってる。すぐに追いつく。セイバー、急ごう。
はい。急ぎましょう、シロ。
Answering and nodding, Saber starts to run as well. Making my way through the trees, I follow Tosaka. Saber's visibly breathing hard. I can't see in the darkness, but she must be in pain. I can't leave her alone any longer. Saber loses her balance. I grab her forcibly from right beside her as she falls to the
こ
ground.
こまでだ。これ以上は無理だぞ、セイバー。
何を言うのです、シロ。この程度の苦境、今まで何度も経験してきました。私はまだ十分に走れます。
何言ってんだ。何度経験していようが苦しいものは苦しいだろう。いいから少しは弱音を吐けってんだ。
I pull at the arm I'm holding. It must be because Saber's light. I'm able to hold her up in my arms rather easily.
何をするのです、シロ。
何ってしばらく休んでろ。そんな顔で走られてちゃこっちが先に参っちまう。
無礼な、話しなさい。この程度で私が倒れるとでも思っているのですか。
Saber struggles in my arms, but her opposition is too weak. The arms that try to push me away are too small and too weak. See, like Tosaka and Rin and Archer seem to have like a mutually respectful relationship where they just seem to be on the same level. Shiro and Saber, it's just like they keep fighting with each other, but like in the best kind of way, like they just want to do good by each other and they want to protect each other, but it just causes conflict. That makes me painfully realize how weak she's become. I never thought Saber would be unable to push away someone picking her up.
何を考えているのですか、シロ。このようなこと、いくらマスターといえど許しません。
Saber's struggling with a bright red face. Well, certainly. The position she's in right now must be embarrassing for a knight, but now isn't the time to worry about appearances.
嘘つけ。俺を振りほどけないぐらい弱ってるくせに大丈夫なわけがないだろう。いいからおとなしくしてろ。マスターとしての命令だ。
Oh my god, what if he accidentally used his command spell on that order?
それでも聞かないって言うならレイジを使うしかなくなるぞ。
卑怯な。こんなことでレイジを使うなど、そんな無意を容認できるはずがない。
ならおとなしくしてろ。急がないと遠坂に置いていかれる。
Saber reluctantly falls silent, so she must have accepted it. That's fine for now. If she doesn't struggle, I'll be able to run while carrying her. My vision flashes on and off. Does my blood accelerate the more I run? Bearing the nausea in my throat, I run through the forest while gritting my teeth. I breathe wildly, but I hide my pain as well as I can. There's only one reason to do so.
シロ、下ろしてください。やはり私も走りますから。
Because if I look even a bit pained, she looks up at me uneasily. I can't stop here.
甘く見るな。セイバー一人どうってことないさ。壊れたストーブに比べれば女の子一人分なんて空気みたいなもんだ。
ですが、
いいから黙っててくれ。ギブアンドテイクって言葉知ってるか？今まで助けてもらったんだからこれぐらいしないと釣り合わないんだよ。ここらで借りを返しておかないと明日から守ってもらえないだろ。
いえ、そんなことはないのですが、私の方こそこれでは釣り合いが取れなくなる。
そりゃよかった。じゃきついのは今回限りだな。がぜんやる気が湧いてきた。
I let out a huge breath out and kick the ground. Tosaka's choosing to go through narrow openings even though she knows I'm carrying Saber. It's fine because Saber's light, but following her takes all my effort.
ほら、喋ると舌を噛むぞ。黙っていてくれた方が俺も助かるんだから、おとなしくしていてくれ。
はい。それではマスターの指示に従います。
Saying so, Saber relaxes in my arms. It was hard to carry her before since she was unwilling, but it will be a bit easier now. The problem now is whether Saber's body and my body will make it. How long have we been running? It feels like 30 minutes, and it feels like an hour. No, running isn't that bad. I haven't been training for nothing. Saber really is light. But now... Inside, my body's messed up. I get dizzier the more I move, and I feel like throwing up. We're in a forest, so I would understand if I was bit by a poisonous snake or something. What if Rin was like, God damn it, I gotta carry both of you? This isn't pain that will kill me. It's just my chest feels heavy, and I feel like throwing up. This is nothing compared to the warmth in my arms right now. Saber's closing her eyes as if asleep. She's not resting because she's relaxed. Her body's getting hotter by the minute. Even though it's winter, her body's sweating, and she's hanging her head to try and hide her ragged breathing. A repeat of that night. Saber collapsed from using all her energy after using that sword on Ryder. Saber hasn't healed a bit since that night. Is her ability to talk now just a brief spark before she disappears? I run, trying to deny that. I don't care about my body. I just make myself believe something will be possible if I get home and keep running. Oh, uh-oh. You cough up blood. I almost fall and stop myself from collapsing by leaning against a tree. I can taste blood, so this is the cause of my nausea. I didn't spill it on Saber since it was only a bit, but I still feel the cause of nausea in my chest. Saber would be mad at me for a different reason if I threw up the contents of my stomach. Actually, I bet Saber would seriously try to cut me in half if I did that. Yeah, that's funny. Imagining a funny thing gives me some strength. Alright, I'm done resting.
いいえ、無茶をするのはここで終わりです、シロ。
Saber.
She wasn't asleep? Saber speaks in my arms.
なんだよ。終わりって何が？
ですから、シロは一人で逃げるべきです。その体では私を連れて行くことはできません。
Here they go. They're gonna go on another 5-minute argument back and forth about, like, she's like, leave me behind. He's like, no, I won't do that.
そんなことあるか。今のはただ転んだだけだ。こんなの別に
I
とって
mean,
こ
well,
そ。
I'm just imagining Rin just running with no cares in the world about any of this.
あるわよ。そんな死人みたいな
Nope,
顔で
never
何
mind.
言ってるんだか。
Hey, Tosaka, who is leading the way, is back here now for some reason.
強がるのは勝手だけどね。いくら夜の森だからって口元の血ぐらい隠しなさい。
Like, hey, Rin, do you maybe want to use some of your magic and help, at least maybe see if you can heal Shiro a little bit? Tosaka glares at me. Saber must have noticed that voice.
よかった。リンがいるのなら話が早い。
Saber says so without looking at Tosaka.
でしょうね。セイバーの言いたいことはわかるわ。時間もないことだし、そこの大バカにもわかるようにさっさと言ってやって。
Saber nods.
はい。リン、私をここに置いていってほしい。私を連れていては逃げきれないし、何よりもう長くは持ちません。
I can't yell at her for saying such a ridiculous thing. I have no intention of leaving Saber, but still, I know well enough that Saber's condition is worsening. Saber won't last long. I vaguely knew she wouldn't be able to make it until morning like this.
そう。で、シロはこのままセイバーと心中する？
まさかそんな気はないし、セイバーは消えさせない。セイバーが消えるって言うんならレイジでも何でも使って。
オーケー、それならいいわ。じゃあ両方とも解決しましょう。セイバーを助けて、ついでに3人でこの森から脱出する。今後の方針はそれで決まりね。
は？
My brain turns into tofu. Tosaka says the most difficult things so easily at times.
ちょっと待って。そりゃ確かにそうしたいけど、それができないから。
いいからこっちに来て。言っとくけど、私も簡単にセイバーを死なせる気はないわ。ええ、この機会は逃さない。あなたにはその責務を果たしてもらう。シローもいいって言ったし。
Wait,
そうしても
is
構
this
わ
in
ないわよ
relation to
ね、
like killing
セイバー。
people to get her power? Like get her magical energy back? Tosaka looks at Saber with a meaningful expression. Saber does not answer but merely looks downward awkwardly. Once we pass between the exceptionally tall trees, an unexpected sight appears before me.
廃墟？
Holding Saber, I look at the building with blank amazement. I don't know why, but this building in the woods is now a desolate ruin.
ここならしばらく身を隠せるでしょ。来るときにね、アーチャーが見つけておいたのよ。万が一の時の隠れ家にしようって。
I head towards the entrance, stepping over the rubble. How long has it been since it was abandoned? The building seems like a corpse desecrated by the forest. The entire ground floor is taken over by trees. The only usable rooms are on the second floor, and this is the best of those. Miraculously, the windows are still intact. I don't know how, but I can see the night sky from here.
ほー、割合綺麗じゃない。もしかしたら最近まで誰かが寝泊まりしてたのかもね。
Really, what kind of nerves does she have? Stepping over the rubble, Tosaka's dusting off the bed by the window.
シロこっち。セーバーを寝かせないとまずいでしょ。人に抱かれているのって結構体力使うのよ。
ああ、今行く。
I lay Saber down on the old bed.
どう？苦しいセーバー。まだ体を動かすのには問題ない？
ええ、シローがここまで運んでくれましたから、まだ体を保っていられるようです。
そう。ならあとはこっちの問題だけか。あれから1時間、イリアスフィールが追ってくるにしてももう少し時間はかかるわ。探すのに手間取れば朝方ぐらいまでは隠れていられる。
Her mumbling reminds me. We were able to make it to this ruin, but what happened to Berserker and Archer? He remained at the castle to keep Berserker there. We better get back to the castle and see how that fight's going. I'd be so mad if, like, we don't get to see any of it. It's been over an hour, so Archer should already have retreated from the castle as well.
遠坂、あいつは。
I'd be so mad if he died off screen. Can she not sense him anymore? Tosaka doesn't answer. She just places her right hand on her chest as if holding something dear. That tells me of Archer's fate. No. Now I refuse to believe that we just missed all that. I hope there at least is going to be like a flashback to what happened. Tosaka's command spell is on her right arm. The master and the servant are connected. The Saber sensed my danger. The master can sense the life and death of their servant.
遠坂あいつは
まあね、足止めだけでいいって言ったのにさ。
Damn, I'm hoping maybe it's a bluff. Like he's making it seem like somehow he can mask like the fact that he's alive.
あいつ最後までキザだったな。
Tosaka murmurs as if laughing off a bad rumor. Silence follows. A silence that seems to last forever is
けど無駄になんかしない。アーチャーを失った以上、バーサーカーはここで倒す。
aborted by the sound of Tosaka punching her left hand with her right. Is she gonna like try and get the magical energy from Illya to like help Saber?
悔やむのはここまでよ。悩んでいる暇があったら行動するのが私の心情。
Damn, she is like
ここまで
she's going above and
あな
beyond.
たにも覚悟を決めてもらうからね。
She was so like all about winning the Holy Grail War, and now she's risking it all just for Shiro and Saber.
覚悟って何のだよ。
決まってるじゃない。イリアスフィール、バーサーカーを倒す覚悟よ。セイバーを連れてたらこの森からは出られないし、彼女を自然に回復させるにしたって時間がかかる。どのみちイリアに追いつかれるわ。わかる？私たち3人揃って森を出るにはバーサーカーを倒すしかない。
Oh, we just have to do that. Well, why didn't you say so?
それができなければ私たちもアーチャーの後を追うだけよ。
バーサーカーを
That monster? Beat that whirlwind of death that nullifies every attack and destroys all that it touches in a single blow? I can't even imagine that. Anything that fights him will die. Tosaka must know that as well. Is she saying we'll beat it in spite of that?
いや違
What am I saying? Tosaka isn't saying we can beat it. She has no such false hopes.
うそうか
That's right. We're not going to beat him to win. Oh, they're gonna kill Illya. I should have realized that immediately. And we can also take her magical energy.
倒すしかないんだな
It's just that. If we don't want to die here, we have to beat that monster.
そういうことよ。けどそれほど絶望的な状況ってわけでもないわ。いくらバーサーカーだってアーチャーと戦った後なら何らかの傷を負っているはずよ。
Okay.
私だって
I was thinking that they were gonna kill
全部持
Illya.
ってきてるし、セイバーさえ回復すれば打開策の一つや二つは作り出せるわ。逆に言えばね、バーサーカーが傷を負っている今こそイリアスフィールを倒
there we
せ
go.
る最大
There
の
we
機会
go.
だと思わない？
けど肝心のセイバーを回復させる方法があるのかこんな場所じゃ満足な治療もできないんじゃ
ううん、セイバーの治療に場所は関係ないわ。セイバーは単に魔力切れで弱っているだけだもの。一定量の魔力さえ
Yeah, I
補充
guess
して
like
あげれ
she
ば、
doesn't. It's
あ
not
とは
like
以前通り
Tosaka has to
の能
worry
力を
about,
発揮してくれる。
you know, like keeping her reserve of magical stuff for herself if she's out of the tournament. Tosaka's explanation makes me remember last night. Tosaka said Saber's magical energy is almost depleted. So to replenish Saber's magical energy.
いい？セイバーを助けたいなら、セイバー自身に人を襲わせて魂を食べさせるしかない。なら答えは一つよ。霊樹を使いなさい、エミヤ君。それで最悪の事態は避けられるわ。
There are 2 command spells left. I have to use this, make Saber attack people, and make her consume their souls to replenish her magical energy. We can't beat Berserker unless Saber's healed. We'll be beaten if we don't beat him. I sneak a glance at Saber, who's lying down. Where are they gonna find people out in the middle of the forest, though? As we are now, we'll only make Saber suffer, but that means...
いや遠坂それでもセイバーに人を襲わせるのは反対だ
ええ、今回は私も同意よ。
え
これが他の場所だったらその提案をしたでしょうけどね。でもここはイリアスフィールの庭の中、人の魂なんかどこにもない。あの城の中には バーサーカーとイリアスフィール以外の誰かがいるかもしれないけど、それを探しに行くのはミスミス七に赴くようなものよ。
食べさせるためには外に出ないといけない。本末転倒になるってことか。
Tosaka nods. I'm glad that I don't have to make Saber attack people, but then how can we replenish her magical energy?
でもどうするんだトサカ。そもそも俺がセイバーに魔力を補充できないから困ってるんだよな。
I certainly don't think Rin's gonna offer herself. That would be way too much.
方法はあるわよ。その昨日ってもう一昨日に説明したでしょ。サーバントに魔力を分け与える方法は共有の魔術とそれ以外にわずかな方法しかないって。あの時はまあこんな状況になるとは思わなかったから言わなかったんだけど。
I recall the conversation yesterday. She certainly did say.
まあ召喚時にセーバーとパスが通っているはずだからまだ方法があるかもしれないけど。
Something like that.
思い出した。パスは通ってるから魔術以外の方法があるとかなんとか。
Wait, did I say something wrong? Maybe I misheard her back then because I was shocked about making Saber attack people.
トサカ、なんか方法があるのか。
まあね、私がサポートできる範囲で2つ。この状況だと荒っぽい方になるわ。いい？セイバーの魔力不足は素人のパスが不完全だからよ。彼女を回復させるにはこのパスを完全な形に通し直すしかない。
確かにそうできれば一番なんだろうが、俺はパスの通し方なんてわからない。
First of all, we had that problem since Saber was summoned. We wouldn't have been in this trouble if the line to supply her with magical energy was established.
話自体は簡単よ。素人セイバーを共感状態にして霊的なパスをつなぎ直すだけ。契約破棄や最小間以外にパスを修復するためにはそれしかない。そのためにセイバーにシローの魔術回路を移植するの。
Transplant my magic circuit into Saber?
セイバーとシローのパスを新しくするには霊的に重要な器官を移植するしかないわ。サーバントとマスターが聖杯の力を借りているのなら、それに匹敵する強い結合を生み出さないとパスは通らない。そのためにはマスターの魔術回路をサーバントに移植する。それくらいやらないとシローの力がセイバーには届かないから。
Magic circuit, a mechanism Magi need so they can use Ode to activate mana. Mana? I'll go with mana. This is the core of Magi, and without this, one cannot create magical energy, which is the source of magic. It's more important than their life for Magi. You could even call it the meaning of their existences. I could give that magic circuit to someone else?
サーバントの回路をマスターに移植するのは危険すぎるわ。ゴーストライナー、それも英霊の回路は死にゆく人の体に移しても強烈な拒絶反応しかもたらさない。そうなると残された手はシローの回路をセイバーに移植するしかないってこと。でもそれは張り巡らされた神経を引きちぎられることと同じよ。そうなればその負担は
The one the organs are transplanted from. Ripping out nerves means the same thing as ripping off your fingers and arms. Because, you know, Shiro hasn't been through enough.
それはあまりにもシローに。
そうしないと誰も生き残ることはできない。あなたなら分かっているはずよ、セイバー。
I take care as I gulp so they won't hear it. I have to get my priorities straight. I have no time to hesitate if it's clear what needs to be done.
トサカ、それは成功するのか。
成功させるわ。でも成功させることはそのまま安全につながるわけじゃない。失敗させるつもりはさらさらないけど、成功すればシローの魔術回路はセイバーに奪われる。むしろ失敗した方がいいんじゃないかって思えるほどの喪失感と苦痛を
Well,
生
I
むでしょう。
mean, she doesn't have the greatest bedside manner, but, you know, appreciate the honesty. I guess she's gonna want to know, like, she's gonna be like, don't say I didn't warn you.
もし魔術回路を奪われれば、それはシローが。
My second nerve, the magic circuit, will be taken out. This means removing the part of my nerves, damaging the spiritual body's integrity, and creating a fatal defect as a magus. Yes, the essential parts are written in the blueprint, but what happens if those parts are lost? You can never perfect something that's lacking. My hope of becoming complete will disappear here. Once Emiyashiro loses his foundation called the magic circuit, he will stay incomplete no matter what. I nod to myself. I see. Then it's much better to be able to save Saber.
よし。やろう、遠坂。
早っ。決断が早いのはいいけど、本当にどういうことなのか分かってるの？
分かってる。遠坂、教えてくれただろ。
分かってるわけないじゃない。いい？セイバーを救うために、私はシローに魔術師として死ねと言ってるようなものなのよ。なのにどうしてそんなに反論もしないでうなずいて。
だから反論はないんだって。遠坂の考えた最上の計画だからうなずくんだ。もっと自分の計画に自信を持てよ、遠坂。そんな風に慌てるとこっちが不安だ。それにそうしないとセイバーはバーサーカーと戦えないんだろう。
そうよ、そうだって言ってるじゃない。
だろ。それに俺たちには犠牲がないわけじゃない。あいつが稼いでくれた時間のためにも戦って勝たなきゃいけない。
His back told me to go. I didn't like him, but he risked his life to protect Tosaka. Then I can't be chickening out here.
いいわ。始めましょう、シロ。
セイバーもいいか。俺の魔術回路を移植するってことなんだが。
はい。それがマスターの判断なら。
Her voice does not contain affirmation or denial. But her eyes look as if they're in regret. Well, certainly quite a bit happened in that episode. So potentially losing Archer, which I'm really hoping they're going to show the fight at some point. Like, what a tease to do a cutaway. I hate to say it'd be kind of funny if, like, they assumed he was dead and they did this horrible transfer and, like, completely destroyed Shiro's body, and then Archer just pops back up and just be like, hey, I'm fine. But yeah, pretty big decision to make. So this is going to be basically the end of Shiro as a magus, I guess. You know, something he's been training his whole life for, and it's just going to go away. But I mean, we knew he was going to do that to save Saber. So yeah, hopefully we do. I mean, I really do hope that they are going to show that fight, like show what actually happened at the castle between Berserker and Archer, like if he is dead or like if that's just kind of a misdirect and maybe he is alive, like to see how that went down, and then I guess more importantly like how this transfer is going to go and what it's going to do to his body. I imagine it's probably just going to be very descriptive of just how much pain Shiro is in, because he just seems like he can't. He's the unluckiest lucky person ever. He's avoided death so many times, but he's just constantly doing just horrible things to his body or having horrible things done to his body. So, alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see how that goes next time in part 16. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Emily Hornsby, Zorn Ether, Revealing Storm, Asborn Kennedy, Icognito, Harry Gazif, and Jared Fan.